and welcome to my fifth video. It's Ferenike here with you today, and we'll be talking about self-awareness. That's a big one. It's a very big one, and I'm really excited about this. It's a topic that people have been, and leaders have been talking about it since the beginning of civilization. Ancient Greek philosophers talked about it, from Pythagoras of Samos to Socrates to Plato, and in ancient Greek it's called Gnothi, se αυτό, and essentially that means to know yourself. Leaders today talk about it, from Oprah Winfrey to Tony Robbins to Gary Vaynerchuk. They all stress the importance of self-awareness and how important this piece is to live a life full of joy and fulfillment. Now, so if you were to start from anywhere, start from self-awareness. Build your self-awareness, get to know yourself, identify your strengths and weaknesses. Second piece is self-love. Accept, love those weaknesses as well as the strengths. And the third piece is self-management, which we'll not touch on this video. But essentially, we all have the dark side and the bright side of ourselves. The bright side is the strengths, the gifts, the talents that we have and things that we're proud of. And the dark side is the weaknesses and the things that we're not so proud of. Now, I spent a big part of my life trying to focus on the positives. So I'm a very positive person naturally. So I focus on the positive and try to avoid negatives at all costs. Now, this doesn't work with yourself. Because what I try to do is I try to avoid my weaknesses and not think about them, not touch them. I didn't want to know them even. But that doesn't eliminate them because you carry them with you at all times. So you can't run away from yourself. So you have strengths and weaknesses at all times with you. And the point is to understand your strengths, to capitalize on those, understand your weaknesses, and try to find people that complement those weaknesses to work with you. So when you try to avoid them, it's like not accepting a part of yourself, not be fully yourself. So when I realized that, and I realized it because a big thing happens, a negative situation, that all of those weaknesses come to the surface and you have no other choice other than to look them in the eye, to accept them for what they are, to embrace them, to own them and say, yes, that's mine as well. So yes, I've got all the strengths, the gifts and the talents, but I also have the weaknesses, and I'm proud of those because that's what makes me me, that's what makes me unique, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So it's very important to get to this place. But how do you get there? So when I work with people one-to-one and I do coaching sessions, I say very often that if you study your belief system, your personal philosophy about life and about each and every aspect of life, you will get a very good idea, a very precise idea of where you're heading at, what your future is going to be. Because think about it. The future is really unfolding your belief system. The future really unfolds your philosophy about life. So we all have a personal philosophy about life in general, but also about different areas of our lives. And if we have any of those areas that they suffer, for example, philosophy about friendships, about love and partnerships, about money or about career, most often than not, the reason for suffering is because what we're trying to achieve is not in line with our belief system, our philosophy. So we need to study our philosophy, we need to understand what is our philosophy and how this philosophy came about, how it was formed. For example, if someone wants to become a wealthy and rich man, and they do all the right things, they work very hard, but they can't get there, but also in the back of their head have a belief that says that all the rich and wealthy people are evil and manipulative. If I feel I'm a good person, it's very hard for me to get rich, right? Because the belief that I have with what I'm trying to achieve are contradicting each other. They're not in line with each other. So there are two things there. Either I have to become an evil and manipulative person to become wealthy and rich, or I'm not going to get rich. It's that simple. So that's why it's very important to study our belief system, understand our belief system, and especially when we have an area that suffers a lot, sit down and think about the belief system and how those beliefs were formed. For example, if you have pain within your money area of your life, think about those beliefs, how those beliefs were formed. If, for example, they were formed by your parents and your parents are not really good money managers, then you need to consider another approach. Get next to people and ask advice from people that they're really good with money management. So that's what it is, really. Self-awareness is the first step towards self-actualization and towards a self-development journey. And just to summarize again, make sure you study your strengths and weaknesses, accept, own them, and embrace both of them, because what makes you you, that what makes you unique. And second, please study your philosophy about life, your belief system, because you will understand whether your belief system helps you to get where you want to get. If not, change it, replace it with a new belief. I hope you found this video valuable. Please let me know your thoughts, your feedback. I always welcome feedback. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like about this video. And I will see you again next Sunday, as per usual. Until then, take care.